Welcome to the Sweatshop. I'm Becky.
And I'm Jessica.
And we're going to show you a lot of neat little projects you can do. Even if you only have scraps, you don't have to have tons of material, but we're going to show you different things you can use around your house or when you travel. The first project is
a shoe bag. You put your shoes in here when you travel. You put it in your main luggage bag so the shoes don't touch the rest of your things that you have along. Or you can really use it for anything.
It's a basic square design, so it's an easy project to start with, and it has a drawstring, kind of a hidden inside drawstring, so you'll be able to show you how to do that too. So we're going to start right now and show you how to make this. And we're going to show you right now what you're going to need to do this project. And what you need is material, and we're going to start with the 2 pieces of material. They're both going to be 14 by 14 inch, and here's the 2 pieces. This piece is the top portion, or what you really want to see. So when you travel, you can see that the bag's going to have your shoes in it, and it kind of tells you what it's going to be. So the bottom piece of material can be anything. It can be anything that you want. It doesn't have to be the same exact material. But what we're going to do is we're going to piece 2 of the materials together that we have in this bunch, scrap bunch, to make the backing. So we're going to start with cut 2 pieces of material, 14 by 14 inches. Just like this. And then you put the 2 pieces, the front, the 2 right sides together, like this. And then Jessica is going to sew it and show you how that's going to be done right now.
Okay. So what we're going to do is sew the side seam first. So you put the right sides together, like Becky said, and start at any one of the corners because it's a 14 by 14 square, so it doesn't matter which side you want to do. And you line them up about a quarter inch seam, and you reinforce at the beginning and the end. Then you have your bag. Well, it's going to be your bag. So what I just did is, this is going to be the inside of your bag, and you don't want the sides to unravel, and so we just did a quick zigzag stitch on the edges just to lock them in.
Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to do the casing where your drawstring is going to go. And to do that is we need to fold this down, but what we normally do is we actually iron it down and to make your casing on the inside of the bag before you sew the side seam. It's really important to iron everything down, and then that way it comes out right. So what we're going to do is take a few minutes right now and just go to the ironing board and iron this down. And that'll be your casing. And then that'll be the next step. So okay, once you iron it, you'll be able to stitch over it a lot easier. I know it looks like it's not going to stay down, but it will once you start sewing on it. We'll pin it down as well too. If you need to pin it, you can pin it. Feel free to pin wherever you want. And that's a good idea if you want to. But this is pretty much what it looks like, and then you're going to sew right over it. Alright. Okay. Put a few pins in it, especially on this little piece here. We have that seam right in here, and it's a little tougher to keep it down. With the pins too, make sure that the direction that you're sewing, the pins are actually right, you're actually going to be sewing, so you can pull them out better. Don't pin them this way so you can actually pull them out. Do not sew over the pins either, because you don't want to break your needle. You definitely don't want to do that, so try not to do that. So just pull them out as you're sewing. Before you sew this casing, I almost forgot this step, very important, is you have to make one mark right at the bottom of the casing. And on the other side, make another mark there, just real quick. And then you also are going to make a small mark where the casing folds, right? And another small mark here, same thing. All right, now we're going to sew the side seam before we sew the casing, because that's how we're going to do it. And what you're going to do is you're going to sew the side seam all the way, and you're going to stop at this mark. And then you're going to sew from the second mark up to the top. And Jessica will do it, and we'll do it right now, and then we'll show you how that turns out.
And that opening is so that the drawstring will be able to come out when we're done.
Yes.
And that was again the zigzag around the edge. And again, you stop at those marks because that's where the drawstring will come out. And you continue here all the way to the end. Remember to reinforce before and after. Zigzag.
The zigzag, you're just doing it to lock the inside of the bag. I mean, it's not mandatory to do it, but if you don't want it to unravel and go through the washing machine and stuff, you definitely want to do the zigzag. So now she's done the side seam, but she has left that little hole in here. That'll be where your drawstring comes out. So when you pull this bag to cinch it, that'll be where the string comes out on the right hand side. So you saw where we did the one, and then up here where we did the other one, and she has also reinforced all the edges on the inside. So once we cut all these threads, it'll be nice and clean. So the next step is you flip it back over to where you have all these pins, and like I said, we kind of got ahead of ourselves there a little bit, but we got the pins in there. And she's going to take a single stitch straight line all the way around the whole bag, and that will make the top of the bag. So that is the next step, and Jessica will be sewing that for me.
And then to sew the casing, sometimes I take this extra, I don't even know, what is this called?
The table.
I take it off.
Yes.
So that it can slide under here. So you can just kind of curl it under here. So that you can just pull it and it'll go around as you're sewing the top. Just makes it easier to handle. Sometimes we like to change the thread too at this time because this is the part that you're actually going to see. So, but for us, white is good. Slow down when you get to this, like especially if you had to piece it together, it gets really thick. So I do this part kind of by hand to make sure I don't break my needle.
That's the only bad part about piecing things together. You gotta be a little bit more careful.
Now it should be good. Take the pins out.